Our last question comes from Alex. He is looking for some concepts on the body triangle, how we would control it, and why we would pick it over the hooks, if ever.
All right, not if ever, but always. Let's just quickly show, this is a body triangle, just turn around and get. So my leg is triangled around my partner's waist. That's a body triangle, if you didn't already know that. Why would we use this? Because it is by far the best way to hold somebody in back control. Like, it's not even close. Watch ADCC, watch EBI, watch, and anytime somebody really wants to hold someone here, unless they've got a weird genetic limitation and they've got little tiny dwarf stump legs, the body triangle is definitely the way to go. And even if you have little like dwarf stump legs, if you are able to hook the legs across like this is even better. Like, this is basically the worst form of back control, and it's the one that the IBJJF mandates as the only way to do it for you to secure points, which is laughable. Again, if you watch black belt matches, watch the Mendez brothers. They get here, they look at the ref, oh, got my points, cool, let me do the real control now, right? Like, so it's superior in terms of holding somebody. The limitations, right now, let's kind of, when we say superior for holding somebody, that's what we mean. It's superior for keeping somebody in this position, but as far as being able to maneuver into submissions, it's not the best because I'm kind of locked in place, right?
Holds both of us.
Yeah, it holds both of us. So like I'm like, cool, I won the match, I'm up, or I'm gonna like stall my way to victory in EBI, cool, like a ride time, yay, this is great. But when it comes to like moving myself into any sort of offense that I want to generate from here, we want the body triangle part without the triangle. We want our leg across. So that's conceptually, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about using a direct form of control where it'd be like seatbelt attachment to the chest, and then body triangle, attachment with the chest to the back, and then body triangle attachment of my hip to his hip. So once we've got hip to hip connection and chest to back connection, we've got extremely powerful direct control. When I want to maneuver, I want more of a ability to disconnect but still have lever-based control. So in this case, the lever becomes his spine, and if you even use like the cross-section of his hip, so I'll be stepping on my foot to move him around. So when you're using the body triangle, sort of conceptually what we're doing is holding, maneuvering, holding, maneuvering. And then the other thing that's really important when we're employing the body triangle is when, and this is not important if you're super bendy, but if you're like normally flexible like me, if Rory changes sides on the body triangle, this sucks. Let's just rotate around so people can see. This is one of those like gray areas of jiu-jitsu where like this doesn't really happen at the high level, in the sense that like when I say this, I mean him trapping my leg, there we go. If he traps my bottom leg, this locks my right foot into place, which means that when his hips start to go in this direction, I'm feeling a bit of pressure, that's good, on my MCL over here. In competition, even if somebody is a little bit inflexible and they feel this pressure, well, they're just gonna eat it. This is one of these like, you'll get a tap in training, but almost never in combat. Like, I've tapped this in training. It's fucking silly, but I'm also not like an elite competitor or even like a particularly great competitor. And I'm an old man and I don't take steroids, so if my body breaks, it takes a long time for it to recover. So I will be the biggest pussy when it comes to stuff like this. So and again, like I've never ever seen any high level competitor have an issue with this position. So this is literally a training and normal person / hobbyist thing only, which is that anytime he switches sides, I need to switch sides on the body triangle, lace my foot behind his knee. So that's part of the control scheme. Like the control scheme aside from the triangle part is my foot staying behind his knee to create a lever control. So now if Rory wants to switch sides, I'm like, nah son, we're staying right here. So
it's also a control thing from there as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a control mechanism to prevent you from trying to unwind the body triangle.
Yeah, but also for like that weak side. So if your foot is here and you land on this side, this foot will usually get caught underneath your opponent. Yeah. And so your foot's gonna get like, in the way that you get stuck to get leg locked.
Yeah.
Even if you're not gonna get submitted from there, it's a real bitch sometimes. Because sometimes you're sitting there, you're like, crap, now I can't move because I'm stuck.
You're stuck,
this leg just gets locked in place with your opponent on top of it. And then when it breaks apart, they're actually gonna have a better chance of possibly escaping.
Exactly. So like, you don't want the body triangle to go that way. And you will see good guys switch the body triangle for that reason. Like they're not doing it to prevent the injury or that stupid submission. They're doing it because it maintains the superior control scheme, and you're then able to transition from the body triangle to this to start working the weak side back attack type stuff, and trying to trap the arm or move to the triangle or arm bar or whatever. So yeah, like the control scheme is body triangle, like triangle leg down, and this leg over top. As the body triangle is switched, you need to switch. One thing we should mention about switching, so if I'm here like this, and as Rory, let's just rotate a little bit more, as Rory starts to switch, if I just kind of throw my legs open, yeah, he's gonna be able to exploit that moment in time. So what we wanna do is, as he starts to switch, I wanna wait till we're about here, and I'm gonna take my foot and put it on top of his leg as we go. So continue to switch, and then I'm gonna put this foot on his leg, and then I'm gonna switch. Like this is a bit of leg work that you need to kind of get quick with. So as he goes, like 1, 2, I'm controlling him, because if I, again, just let go as he switches and try to, yeah, like, you can always try to make knee elbow connection. If I'm honest, I haven't seen it happen. Like, I think most guys just switch the body triangle quickly in midair without using that placeholder system type of thing. But those guys are also quite a bit more like flexible. Like, I'm not that flexible, so I truly try to be aware of people doing this while I switch the body triangle. But this is one of those, like, it's a theoretical possibility.
Yeah, it's still back control. I'm usually going to be attacking the choke pretty aggressively.
Totally, yeah. Like, I'm just saying, this is a thing that exists that you need to be aware of. If you're not flexible, if you're dealing with somebody who is extremely good at putting this knee tight and like doing all kinds of back defense, you will be better off going step, step, switch, if you can get that kind of tap dance movement quick, than just trying to switch. But if you're extremely flexible, it honestly doesn't matter. It's just you just can flip your legs over so quickly and easily.
That's the case with any technique, really. It's like they come to you because you're going to have that systematic way that we can have these placeholders of control to make sure that we don't have gaps in our game. But there's always going to be opportunities to streamline this and go right to the end.
Totally, yeah. Like there's I don't know if it's a lot, but there's a decent amount of stuff that I do, and we've talked about this before, where like the most correct technical way to do it is to take 5 steps. Can you do it in 4 or 3 or even 2 sometimes? Yeah, of course you can. And as you get better and better and you have sort of the judgment in the position whether or not somebody is actually giving you the best level of resistance, then yeah, go to it. Like I said, I wanted to mention it because I've never seen anyone else mention it. And I want you to know it exists. How much you're gonna have to use it, I don't know. So does that pretty much cover
I think that covers it
the body triangle? All right, cool.